Hello everyone, Avaira is here. Let's continue the outer worlds. So, we finished with all the companion quests, with flying back and with Rift Modulator, etc. Now it's actually time to return to the main quest. So I'm not entirely sure what will happen when I will get to the supercomputer, but seems like that's the task, and logically I can do it myself. I don't need anyone else for that. At the same time, that probably only give me some kind of ideas of a solution of the rift problem, and then I will need to proceed it either fast or not, but proceed in any case, which means that getting trust of all the science would be actually useful, because then I can choose some interesting variants probably. So I guess I need to do it. What I should do, I should actually close the rift parts. That can give me also something useful. So technically I can go here, then this is a place garden. Any case need to visit it. Yeah, I guess let's go for the order and finally get some information, because now I should get the audience with the leader of the order. After that, depends on everything, I can go close anomalies, get maybe some new weapons and stuff. Maybe also have some additional tasks here. And there's also apparently rifts that lead to the supercomputer, but I guess instead of going to the computer right now, to the archive, I should actually go to the Auntesture station and see what they need. Because if I can get access to their leaders, I can better understand the factions and their current state. Because eventually I'll need to, after dealing with the problem with the rift, I'll need to deal with the problem of their evil factions, let's say. Right, transition to cloister. Yeah, the combo is fine. Continue. Seems like Niles is the most written character properly. Have something to say for most of the situations. Which kind of makes sense, because he originally positioned something like a body from this lore of the universe, so but you can grow him into proper agent instead, or you can keep him as a body. And according to what Granny said, and she probably knows what she is talking about, he might well grow into a leader of the agents. The agency itself. Can ask her some questions, by the way.
Enjoy your time in the garden.
No. She gave me some introduction, but now I know that Order, for whatever reason, added some components to the water here, so everybody is on chill for no reason. Which means that they're trying to control the mind of locals, which is an organization that fully focused on science and knowledge. Sounds very dangerous if somebody trying to manipulate their minds. Which means, because it's all definitely coming from the leader, I need to deal with the leader one way or another. Okay, so what do we know? Connect the heads of Aunt's choice and the order of the Ascendant to end hostilities and work together. I actually have a separate quest for the peace dogs of sorts. Let's see, speak to Antia, raise the possibility of the Order and Aunt's choice working together with the head of Aunt's choice. Yeah, first I need to speak with Order and deal with them. Raise the possibility of the Order and Aunt's choice working together with the head of the Order of the Ascendant. You must finish assisting Lord Cross before you may see Ruth. I finished pretty much, I just need to speak with her and she's right in front of me. You need to speak to the Artificer, Lord, before the Order will allow you to see Ruth. Why it's written twice? Well, okay. Let's see what I can do about that. Yeah, that's a quest that she asked me to do. Deal with Countess, and I didn't.
I always find I work best when undistracted. One could say I find the cultist at Newton quite the interruption to my focus. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
I better not give the spy for now. Although... Okay, first I need to get access. Eden's clean. Not a countess still alive out there.
I shall allow myself a moment of relief. Moment passed. I'd hoped killing the cultists was its own reward. But you may also take this. You've proven yourself well, but we have recently experienced a pivotally important, unforeseen development. One I must meet directly. Can I count on you?
Let's hear it.
One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it.
What is the Hyperion Reticulum?
The web is an order-crafted network of information collection satellites. Our would-be protectorate overlords squandered them as glorified surveillance devices. We actually implanted a back door in the web to bring it back under our control, should a circumstance like this arise. But we did not foresee certain protectorate modifications. But let's not speak of that. Find a way past the protectorate at the crash site, collect the data, and return it here. Violence is likely, but perhaps you'll find an alternative.
Perhaps. Any ideas on how I might be able to solve this without violence?
Only theoretically. The protectorate guarding the site will be anything but welcoming. You'd likely need to find something, or someone, to wrest their attention away from you. I cannot say how that might be accomplished, unfortunately. Some of our scholars find answers to their solutions at the CAF integration point. Perhaps you might do the same. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here. May the odds prevail against your bloody demise.
Yeah, what about access? Ruth.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
I had a few things I want to ask you about.
I scarcely take time to engage in idle conversation, but perhaps this will be illuminating in some fashion.
You know anything about people in a place garden being dragged away as a water supply?
Who told you about that?
So she is. Ha, I can't give you up my source.
Were there an experiment being conducted here involving any kind of medicament? Confirming its existence would compromise it. The theoretical existence or non-existence of Order experiments are strictly within the Order's purview. It doesn't concern you.
It's going to be a lot harder to work with the Order if something nefarious is occurring.
It's not nefarious. It's a waste of time. But fine, you've made your point. We are standing in the experiment. Laplace's garden was built as a scholar's utopia, with this drug perspective as its regulating reagent. This was supposedly to aid us in deciphering the equation. One would think that an organization at active war would have more pressing responsibilities than a scholar's paradise. But surely, I'm only a pessimist.
You've known the presiding bishop for a while, right? What do you think of her?
I have nothing but respect for Ruth. Without her guidance, the Order may never have found the strength to dissolve its protectorate bonds. If I had to dig for the smallest critique, I'd note that she shoulders too much. If she collapses beneath the strain, the Order will be rudderless. This we cannot afford.
Okay. What did broken contraption on the table in front of you?
Specifically, a phlogistinated firearm, capable of tunneling through reinforced armor. Broadly, weaponry, research, anything capable of giving our exemplars an edge.
Well, I know my way around guns. Pretty sure I could fix that.
Great. I was just thinking, I'd love for a stranger to come along and patronize me so I could blindly hand them experimental Order technology.
That's enough.
I generally prefer to keep discussions relevant.
Well, okay, let's pick this back later. She is a blind or not on anyhow good side, one of two. Hard to say so far. Need to speak with the leader first, but seems like I still cannot do this. Optional. Second attempt, way to deal with protected forces. Find someone with connections at the cafe integration point who can help me get past the protected forces and Pradeshan through non-violent means. Yeah, shown exactly here. Return to Pradeshan, get the crash site satellite. The notice information. The satellite from the Hyperion Reticulum recently crashed in Pradeshan and Laureate Craft has asked you to recover its data before the Protectorate do.
Those fools! Those fools! Damn them! Damn them all! You, don't you know what's happened? Do you have any idea?
Heard about the coup?
Heard about the coup? Yes, I dare say I did. I dare say I knew the moment it happened, and was powerless to stop it. The traitors will pay dearly for their deeds. Oh yes, they will pay.
That coup was a pretty nasty surprise, right?
I've proudly served the Protectorate my whole life. Now look at it. Traitors from without, traitors from within. It's enough to make an old man despair. That consul, I never trusted that miserable bastard. His betrayal is so galling, I'd almost care to join the armed forces to bring him to justice myself. But my hands quaver with age, and the Sovereign has tasked me with my own duty. I must see it to completion before all else.
Okay. Well, he is not the one that can help me with a peaceful solution. Yeah, it's concerned that they're using drugs here. It might be only a local problem, maybe not. This guy also have a bit of power.
Be the statistical exception to the natural
But
state
he
of
don't wanna
entropy
even
in the
talk to me.
universe.
Yeah, it's all messy. Would be cool to fix Protectorate, but I don't see any possibility so far. Okay, she mentioned someone here. No, it's not here. Oh, cafe integration point. Yeah, that's a bar. Oh, this guy. Not many people here, as I can see.
Hello. Welcome to Cafe Integration Point. I'm Junior Caffeine Celebrant Runch, and I'll be happy to assist you today.
Where is the other one? That's the question. What can you tell me about your colleague, Persephone Dene?
Oh, she's a real top-of-class type. Smart, but also patient. I struggle sometimes with my advanced courses, but Persephone's been tutoring me after work hours.
So she still seems like to be somewhere around. They're just switching each other from time to time. She sounds like a great person.
I'm just glad she doesn't mind teaching the same lesson twice. Anyway, I'd hate to waste any more of your free study period with my idle thoughts. Anything else I can help with?
I'd like some caffeine.
Certainly. Here you are. Please imbibe responsibly.
Okay. How did I like living in the place garden?
Is this another census? Were my previous answers not sufficient?
Just a harmless inquiry from a newcomer looking to understand the garden better.
I could spend all day expositing on the benefits of the garden, but I think you'll experience much of it yourself. If you're permitted to stay, of course.
Alright. Maybe on the second floor there is someone.
On a scale of 1 to 100, how pleased are you with the garden in its current state? Please, try to capture your exact satisfaction to the nearest 10th integer.
100? Certainly. That's the right answer, isn't it? I can show my math if you need. I'd really love to stay.
Determining the remainder of your stay in Laplace's garden is not the purpose of this survey, but your unprompted insecurity has been noted. Lovely day for differential geometry.
Hello, layperson.
What's the call me layperson? She is certainly talking to someone. And there is certainly no one in front. Yeah, I surely shouldn't drink local water. Or any other liquids. No one is here, that's for sure. It's impossible to speak with anyone also. Too much for the peaceful solution. So brother girl is standing behind. Interesting. Well, okay. I would say I probably can deal with everything myself anyway. Shouldn't be a problem really. And then we're going back to the first plant. Because of course. Now back to the ship, from the ship to there. And content and then pants, yeah. Back to the ship, from the ship to the, and then, yeah. Which is the Den, Eden, whatever. Eden, I guess. Huge planet, and the only place that was visited so far is tiny little Paradise Island. And one station in the sky. That's it. Come on. Okay, where is that? Crash course and telemetry. Cover data from crash place. Surprisingly, also small piece where I've never been. Because apparently I didn't run through every tiny little piece of this land. And if I try to visit all the possible visible POIs and stuff. Because there are mines. But yeah, the normal road actually begins there. Judging by the map, there was like proper road to the side. Don't say anything like this here. This is probably the closest. That there is a rift. Interesting.
Gary, for the love of bits, don't get any closer to it.
Okay, it's not the protectorate at least.
You void-brained idiot, put down the bottle and stop doing stupid shit. Get away from there.
Quit your worrying. Ain't nothing gonna happen.
There's something gonna happen, but I can stop him. I tried. Even made a noise. I'm impressed.
Gary!
Damn. No coming back from that.
Well, while he's fresh.
Not again! Gary? Oh, what in the void happened to you?
Trooper Gary. We can take, well, Gary. Okay. It's like an armor Gary. in a way. Configured person.
What am I gonna tell the commander?
Can I give him Gary back? Oof. What the hell? Gary, Vision chance 20%. Gary will periodically lash out with spiny tendrils to thrash and tear enemies apart. The damage dealt increases with a medical and science skill. Yeah, that's certainly for characters that like weird stuff. Also known as a grafted reactive organic sentinel shell. Amazing. Well, at least he's still alive in a way. That was a smart one. Anyway. Right. Yeah, surprising I missed this rift. I mean, fine, because I found it now. But yeah, I wonder how many of these things can be in theory missed somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Probably not many. But yeah, it's the same dense caves. It's so messy it's hard to see anything, really. Yeah, I need to go that way. Should be in this canyon. Protected logic already exterminated anyway.
Standing by to stupefy.
Or not. What happened? I'm not entirely sure, but I have my suspicions. No, that's a lot of them, but they're not anyhow close. What the hell is going on? Why would be music and why would I care about them so far? Let's just move around. The music plays like I'm already in combat, but I'm not.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Come on, how long it will take? Oh wait a second, just... It's not it. There's some way to get some bonus stuff. Okay.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Do they wanna find? That's in them.
Back and scan.
Get me in. Let me out.
Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Really hard to see, especially white armored guys. Is it the next sniper aimed me?
Do you have my back?
Thank you, dear.
Yes, Iskander is weird. Why the combat was triggered way before? And something makes strange noises here, around me.
Torpificator at ready status.
I really can't understand. Like there is an invisible enemy that triggered on me and I cannot do anything about it. Very confusing, to say the least. Okay, but the thing should be actually down below where the guys were. That's why it was so confusing why the combat was triggered so much before. And I'm still in combat. Like something invisible chasing me. I can see no enemy anywhere around.
Let's get him over with.
Doesn't make any sense. There's no enemies around. Visible or invisible, but there are none. So strange.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Yeah, there's no enemies. This place is purely peaceful. Just heavily bugged for whatever reason. The moment we went away from this outpost, it became fine. So weird. Some kind of unusual bug. Today was a fix. Hopefully this fix didn't brought some new bugs. That would be unfortunate. Okay, so I guess the objects that we need to check is this one. Appearance satellite information. The satellite is deeply damaged, but its data cartridge has remained intact. The data. This data from the crashed satellite appears unintelligible to you. Hopefully the order will be able to decode it. Well, they sure can. I guess we're done here. Yeah, okay. Back to the ship. Back to cluster. In such quests, I would say reasonable. If we anyway have fast travel systems, have an option to return back to cluster. Because apparently we found a thing, we teleport. But in general, adding a quest where you need like 5 minutes to do something on the place, but you need to spend at least 5 minutes more just to travel there. Not the best idea. Because so many loading screens. And with fastest disks, it still takes some time. You can see why people didn't like Starfield on release. I guess it was quite similar experience. Although hard to say. I couldn't play it normally because my previous PC, it was unplayable. With 2080 RTX, I could get only like 30 FPS on any settings. Changing settings didn't change anything. It was heavily unoptimized in release. I have no idea how it is nowadays. But the game definitely getting some updates, and maybe one day we'll play it after all the updates. But not for now. Probably we'll get a way to save the previous leader of the order. If I will finally speak with the current one. Because for now I don't see any possibilities for that. Even if I'm curious to speak with him.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
Crash satellite found. Information retrieved. Here you are.
Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet.
We'll see about that. I think I've more than proven myself. Can I meet with the presiding bishop now?
Yes. You've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us in the future. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
I guess you don't realize the concept how that such things works. Somebody would want to bring harm to Ruth. It will not be a problem to bring harm to her as well. Why this guy's here and why it's so noisy?
Made such progress moving us toward an Order Anti's Choice alliance. Everything seems to be going according to the plan so far. But we approach a critical
What the hell is this noise? It doesn't feel normal.
To speak with the presiding bishop. Please raise the issue with her. I assure you this is the correct thing to do. For yourself, for us, for Arcadia. If you continue working for the Order alone, it will likely burn any possible bridge with Anti's Choice. So this is our last and only chance.
Wait. If I will continue to work on Order, yes. I didn't get it. Like, that's kind of the point. I need to speak with her because I get her trust. Then I need to speak with Altus Choice to get their trust. And then we maybe can come to something together. But now that I'm busy.
Do as you will.
What the hell is this thing? Damn it, why it's so noisy? It's so glitchy. It cannot be normal. It's insane, it's so loud, it's draining my brain. Okay, what if I was to save? I'm not. Because something went totally wrong. Both in previous outpost and in this one. Or not, I don't know what the hell it is. But for everything else, there is a weird music here playing. Okay, I have no idea what's going on, but I don't like it. What if I will revisit the location, because it feels like a bug. It's insanely loud and no explanation. Some green energy shooting his butt and it's absolutely normal, nobody reacting. Like, what the hell? What the hell is wrong with this? I totally don't want to spend long conversation with very important character listening to this, that's for sure. Hopefully that will fix the issue. That effect doesn't make any sense. Yeah, now this weird loud music is playing. Making it cacophony. There's background music, this music, and the noise of this thing. What the hell is that even? Why it's so noisy? It's like projectile pretty much. Why it's here? I have no status because like somebody should stay here, but not. Okay, what do we know from the journal? So, talk on this choice or the order and to help and take the archive. Protectorate defenses at the archive may be hard to top on your own. Seeking out reinforcements from other factions in the region may be prudent. That's an opportunity for cooperating between Altus Choice and the order and taking the archive. But first you have to broker a truce between the two of them. Yeah, that's logically as a chance to do it. Taking the archive alone may prevent further negotiations between Altus Choice and the order. Yeah, that's a chance for peace in this place, because Protector probably will fall on its own, or we will be able to do something about it. And keep an order and Altus Choice in peace, at least, I guess, better than the same, but without peace. We agree to work with the order of the Ascendant, but they will only help you take the archive once you have built some mutual trust. Altus Choice might be willing to help you again. Access to the archive, the representative can be found. The other might be willing to help you gain access, yeah. Well, I can try to make a save. Not sure. Okay. Hopefully this green thing will just not travel in the next room and will be fine. But this is annoying as hell.
I believe our groups combined.
Okay. I still can hear it, but it's much more quiet. What the hell is going on? Why is she using the thing?
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
I'm not making any commitment until I know what those goals are.
Prudent. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
She's quite old to be a proper architect, although hard to say how much she can live in the state and plan in future, because then she will be replaced and who knows by whom. What's options? Well, go ahead the engines. What is that machine you were in?
My sensory deprivation chamber. I spend the majority of my days closed inside the silence, dulling myself against the tedious excesses of the body and mind.
Well, why in the world would you want to do that?
Want no longer factors into my decisions, but I can see how that might confuse one of such spirited bearing. I am using the chamber to prepare for a test of significant endurance. I think it best to leave the discussion there for now.
I would say no, because that's important. Well, it's an honor to meet you, President Bishop, I suppose.
I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan. And lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
Yeah, hopefully now I can leave all this to some peace in the colony, and that would be good. Well, you're welcome. It was a close thing, if I'm honest.
Yes, by all reports it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes prepared for Vicar Levin.
Levin seems like a good man.
He is, at that. I consider him a close personal friend, and I cannot say that about many. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that?
I think a disputed claim is Antitude's thing. Yeah, the ship. Well, Vicar Levin has expressed a desire to resume negotiations. I think he's right.
I should have known. Vicar Levin has made this appeal to me at least thrice since his return. He really cannot accept a solution he did not devise.
I consider you wise leader, Bishop. Wise enough to see the potential benefits here.
Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. But the right course often involves remaining open to new possibilities. I will put the question to you one final time. Are you certain you would rather pursue this path than work exclusively with the Order? There will be no future option to reconsider.
Damn. Just breaking the fourth wall. Because in real life you can always reconsider some things. You can always change your mind under some circumstances. As you should, actually. That's very valuable feat, I would say. But yeah, I would say it's better than the war. I'm sure. I want them to choose and the Order to work together.
Then I will endeavor to bring that vision to fruition, if the plan wills it. A true in-person meeting between myself and Auntie could never take place due to the security risks. But perhaps a remote conference could be a viable alternative. The odds of you persuading Auntie Cleo to agree are unfavorable. But the math does improve if you have greater standing within her corporation.
Well, I have decent standing, and I surely can do something for them. Oh, I'll do whatever it takes to earn an audience.
Once you have met with Auntie, instruct her to send me a communique. We can finesse the details of a conference then.
Before I go, I have some questions for you.
My time is yours, for the moment.
You went to a lot of trouble to create Eden's conditions here on Cloister. Why?
Call it proof of concept. Laplace's garden is more than its aesthetic. It offers a vision of a future free from the despotic rule of narrow-minded jingoists, where the fruit of the plan can finally ripen. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But with the loss of Spirton, necessity dictated we quarter here in the interim.
Would be really nice to ask her about the water experiment. How does one become presiding bishop of the Order?
Oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat.
Are you sure about that? Well, probably would have the same chance of bat leader as any other system I've heard of.
Yes, there is a reason they call it the madness of crowds. In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the natural choice when it came time for the council to vote.
Why did the last presiding bishop recommend you?
My predecessor, presiding Bishop Orlo, and I had a close working relationship. He knew I possessed the skills and temperament for the role. I counted him a friend. Orlo shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate, the compromises made. He had many such regrets at the end of his life.
Do you think Orlo would approve of everything you've done as bishop?
Likely not. But it is the responsibility of every student to surpass their mentor in understanding and sentiment. And I can reliably assert that I have done that.
Well, thanks for taking the time to indulge my curiosity. I'll be going now.
May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Well, you could tell it to her face. You partly even did. Yeah, that's quite offensive place. I guess back to the annoying sound because I probably need to speak with Vicar.
Be the statistical exception to the natural state of
Maybe
entropy
not.
in the universe.
I don't want to be part of any entropy in the universe and anything. Oh. Okay, it seems like... judging from what I can see, like either I cannot change anything anyway, or they're not even that bad. In any case, we should remove Sub Rosa from the equation.
Let's pinpoint what you and I can accomplish for the Order.
You have a spy in the place, Garden. Her name is Persephone.
The purveyor of convictions? Not possible. She's too public.
And here to them. She literally asked me to collect a water sample from the treatment plant for Sub Rosa.
Sub Rosa? Here? If that's true, it is especially troublesome. The Order has enough problems without dealing with those brigands. Though it chagrins me to be unable to help, you should speak with Laureate Beckett. Delicate matters such as this are more his purview than my own. If there's nothing else so pressing to discuss, I'd like to return to my work.
Beckett? Whatever this Beckett is. Huh. Can enter to water conditioning. Well, that's supposed to work. Let the hands of Antis chase in the water of the ascendant and hostilities. Yeah. Finish speak with Rose, now I need to speak to Auntie. Okay. Yeah, now there will be arc of Antis chase, I suppose. But without interference with associates. Well, maybe the Graft one will want something. But we'll see about that. She's not really with Antis chase anymore, even. We've been asked by Persephone to enter water conditioning and get an undiluted sample of the drug the Order has been adding to the water supply. Yeah, that's different. Persephone mentioned Laura Beckett might have a keycard to water condition, and he has. Stumbled upon Sub Rosa agent, access Fish Island Pond. Now that's different. This has. It's all different. Yeah, there's tasks. Nothing special, actually. Collectible quest, that's different. Mentioned. After the conclusion of the peace talks, Antis Choice representatives send you an invitation to their corporate flagship. Yeah. Well, I will need to arrive there, yes. This is so noisy. I guess it's this guy. No, it's not. What the other guy is? In this place, I suppose. Somewhere.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
No. Can it here, no? Yeah. I'm allowed to go there? Not really. I mean, I sure can open it.
Well, if it isn't Academia's champion.
Oh yeah, this place.
Every day treating the same strains and abrasions. The operating theater is not conducting viewing dissections at this time. That is not an invitation to return to your study and perform exploratory surgery on yourself or a willing volunteer, just to be clear.
I'm not interested. That I felt compelled to give that warning is a little concerning.
Not as concerning as some of the scenes I have been called to in the middle of the night. I assure you, the warning is justified. But I trust you are here for a reason other than to discuss scalpel-happy novices.
Maybe. I've heard rumors of a drug in the place Garden's water supply. Know anything about that?
Obviously. Do you think we drink unfiltered snow melt?
No, I'm talking about a drug for regulating people's emotions, not filtration.
I'm quite sure I have no knowledge of what you're talking about.
Drugs. And the water supply. As a doctor, shouldn't this concern you?
Are you feeling all right? Paranoia can be an early symptom of several more serious diseases.
You don't have to sound so excited by that prospect.
Apologies. I have so little that meets the threshold of my expertise. But I should not be projecting my wish for a challenge onto a patient. Let's forget this conversation. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
She will not tell me anything.
That is best answered.
Let's see. There's no medical handler set. No. Oh, that's a lot of health over duration. Actually, quite fancy one. Maybe the best one so far. Because this is full health recovery and I can use it twice. So, sounds pretty good. It's the most powerful so far. Swigger Giga heals 2000 with duration, but uranium poison. Well, I don't like uranium poison, so I don't need it. But yeah, that one sounds actually better. Or did I have it already? No, I didn't. I had a weaker version pretty much. Micro Mega. Yeah. That's the right one. Yeah, I have Micro, Kilo, and Mega version now. Problem is the best one. That's surely good and also better level up. So, guns and engineering, and that unlocks speech, which is still not 14, but usually enough. Perks, I don't have many perks left that anyhow useful. Don't need specific anti-automax, they're quite easy to kill. Brand enthusiast, I never use it. Many of your lives are more unbelievable and will more likely be accepted as true. Additionally, the likelihood that enemies will target you is reduced. Not the worst option actually. This might well give me some chances. Additionally, face reader also additional less damage to humans. I mean, maybe it's not too late to take this one after all. Because of taking a human, you have a chance to automatically hard die hard. Each of these trophies increases max health permanently. I kinda should take it from the beginning. But I prioritized other things and I didn't. But I probably still will kill at least 100 plus people, which is up to 200-300 HP or something. Will not harm to have bigger HP pool. Oh, I misclicked. I so misclicked. Let's take this. Yeah, I think I took the right one. All right, something. But this is not the place, but I somehow missed this one before. Not sure how. But I managed. At least I don't remember being here. Don't see any information or cards or anything. So it's gonna lead to this corridor, yes. But yeah, talking about the spy didn't really lead to anything eventually, which is confusing. I mean, I can go in, but not sure that I am allowed to go. It's a restricted area after all. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I hear you're our new problem solver.
Yeah, the quest kind of wasn't anyhow updated after talking to her. At the same time, she mentioned the name to speak with the guy. Some kind of beacon. I just don't know where to find. Oh yeah, here is Beckett. Let's find something. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe Beckett's inside, but no, I did not see the symbol. I guess it's the guy at the teaching. Yeah. I need to go up.
Hello, layperson.
No, it's not him. Actually, it was somebody there. I don't see anyone. Maintenance dog. Also Automax that handles food distribution reprint on a box. Started bumming about fish, plankton, sea grains, and protein from the sea over and over. Just repeating the list of the garden's food stores. Quick memory wipe seemed to correct the error. Okay.
If it isn't my new...
Oh yeah, here it is. It's like it's very easy to steal a card from him because he is just whatever he's doing. Okay.
Did you know around 1,000 species of bacteria live on human skin? A fascinating, if not relevant, bit of trivia. Wouldn't you agree?
Sorry, I looked asleep.
And prodding me was intended to elicit what result, exactly? At any rate, I am quite conscious, merely waiting.
Waiting for what?
I have no idea. Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today, right here, at these very coordinates.
Okay, he seems like good at prediction. I've heard this song before. Let me guess, Sir gave you that prediction.
Oh no. You know what they say about having too many totalizers on the same sum?
I don't actually. What does it say?
Nothing gets solved. All the more reason I rely on my own math these days. Less room for error. Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme, leader of the Department of Predictive Analysis, and not terribly good at informal introductions, evidently.
Actual leader of Department of Predictive Analysis. He should be damn good at predictions. Some info I could find before, but I didn't. Interesting. Commander Avaira. Nice to meet you. Laureate Beckett.
Forgive me if I don't shake hands. I prefer to keep my skin microbiome free of exogenetic cells. You understand? But now, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the agent we've been expecting. I knew loitering at this location would yield results. I don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels around Cloister by chance?
Maybe if you describe one, I'll remember.
Excogitation chapels are order residencies where one can meditate in solitude on specific theorems relating to the plan. They're scattered all around Cloister. Prior to the war, such focused study led to all manner of breakthroughs, with audio logs routinely kept by the scientician in residence. In these unprecedented times, such logs could harbor hidden wisdom. However, with the war on, I've sadly been unable to get my hands on the last of these recordings.
Well, I've already begun collecting the logs I mentioned.
How unexpected. Almost as if there's a universal plan at work in the universe. Please return.
That's definitely one of the fetch quests.
I will be here.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, have you? There is something else I'd like to discuss.
I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
I have some general questions.
Don't we all?
I trust to hear about why the decor of Alexander Monstri. Any thoughts on that?
Nothing beyond what I already included in my 165-page summary of the incident. Why do you ask?
You certainly have a lot of thoughts. Why said he would be resigned from the order. So what happened to him now?
His resignation has been duly received and accepted. Where he goes from here or what he does now is up to him. I expect we won't hear from him anytime soon. On a more positive note, the Department of Predictive Analysis's biennial summits will be far less contentious.
Okay. What was one of your seers? Don't you feel a little responsible for what happened?
Of course I do. That is precisely why my energy is better channeled toward the future, to ensure such tragic events never happen again. Landon Wiley was afflicted by that which strickens all scholars, the desire to effect change, to advance the plan at any cost. Were his methods wrong? Unequivocally. Should he have come to me with his concerns? Undeniably. But was his conclusion categorically sound? That remains debatable.
Well, his plan failed. I'd say that's a pretty strong condemnation of his plan.
Generally, yes. Although it's important to remember that unexpected outcomes can still arise from failed experiments. But let's move on to other topics, please. All this fractious talk is giving me a stomachache and... Oh, I just got rid of the last one.
I want to know more about Laplace's garden.
Oh, the garden is a marvel, isn't it? A prime example of how this colony could function if led by science and rationality instead of fear and oppression. Everything within the garden was meticulously selected by a committee of the Order's best archivists to provide for mental clarity and focus. My word, you should have seen the debates over the shrubbery. I've never witnessed such passionate discourse over foliage of all things.
Not the worst subject, I would say. Okay, let's talk about something else.
What other stray inquiries occupy your mind?
You have a spy in Laplace's garden. Her name is Persephone.
Oh yes, I'm aware.
Oh really? So you know already, then why haven't you done anything?
Better to know the spy in our midst than receive a replacement more capable of evading notice. Besides, Miss Doyle's harmless, and she serves the best convictions at the parlor, bar none.
I suspect the last thing is the main one. Now she's going to be serving up secrets of the little experiment you run here, son.
If you've already spoken with her about the experiment, I suppose there's no use in me playing coy, As you have cleverly sussed out, Laplace's garden is the subject of an experiment into social conditioning, or curating, if you will, through the use of therapeutic pharmacology.
I'm listening.
We have been administering a pharmaceutical to the population of the garden via the water supply that aids in emotional regulation. We call it perspective. It's odorless, harmless. Well, apart from the withdrawal, but I can assure you we have our best minds working on that little issue. Minor complication at worst.
So pretty much all of them on drugs and cannot drink anything but this water anymore. Amazing. What kind of withdrawal symptoms are your subjects experiencing?
Irritation, paranoia, increased desire to gamble, oddly enough. All manageable conditions, of course. We are increasingly operating with fewer resources, however, and most regrettably, we've had to eject more and more subjects from the experiment in order to continue it. In a plan-perfected universe, we would have ample time to wean participants off perspective before sending them out of the garden. But, alas, we do not live in that universe. Yet.
Yet. I don't know, something about this feels off.
Unfortunately, your discomfort is not a determining factor in the continuation of the program. Primarily, though not exclusively, because you don't live here, at any rate. I have no interest in debating the ethics of this experiment with a layperson. No offense. But now, where were we? Oh, yes. The spy.
You're forgetting that he calculated that something important should happen here. And I'm part of this importance, so you better listen to me. Well, I would have thought you'd be more anxious about the spy exposing the experiment.
Did she express that as her intention?
Well, no. Well, worse. She's going to sell it.
You should do as she asks. Get her that sample.
Why? Sure, but can I ask what your strategy here is?
This is an unparalleled opportunity to see the shape of Sub Rosa's web. We only need plant the right fly. After collecting the sample, mix it with this liquid tracer. It'll make the drug functionally inert and allow us to track it wherever it shows up next.
That's actually a good plan. Because that way it's possible to deal with Sub Rosa and also give harmless users thing. It will not become a problem instead of continue hunt for their drag. Well, that's actually not a bad plan. You are a lot more canny than you look.
I did not become the Oracle Laureate by getting caught with my pencil down. Here, take this key. It will grant you access to water reconditioning, which you can find on the eastern side of the garden. You will also need this passcode for the terminal inside.
Alright, are we going now? Seems like this guy didn't max intelligence, he also had some points to wisdom. That's actually a good plan. One of the best outcomes of the situation so far. Well, I would say still better to not have experiment, but at the same time, yes, I can simply stop because everybody will suffer here. Okay. Yeah, I can bring the right sample, or I can bring the fake one. I certainly want to bring the fake one. Double perspective, liquid tracer. Yeah. And the sample. Get through the terminal. Private observation logs. Bypass. Scarcity concerns. Under the decreased regime, subjects are experiencing more frequent breakthrough symptoms. Anxiety, restlessness, impulsivity, trouble concentrating. Entire study at risk if more clarifying agent can be acquired. Recommend taking more subjects out of the experiments and return to optimal treatment schedule. They maybe will drop the experiment anyway fast. Miscellaneous ponderances. Presence of water and leadership continues to confound. Distributing untreated water to Belvedere Hall emits a logistical headache. Constant worry about cross-contaminating occurring. Despite best practices, a nightmare scenario. Raise concerns with Norred Beckett. No progress. Unable to acquire audience with President Bishop. Be honest? Well, yeah, Bishop often sits in her chamber. Updated treatment schedule. Given higher dose on Monday and Wednesday for whatever reason. No, it's on Saturday. Localization system. Connect sample for testing. Well, it's input password. Raw perspective has been connected. Please remove a sample from the distribution tube now. I have to mix the thing. Alright, that should work. Yeah, dangerous game with these drugs, but nothing too dangerous really out of it. Seems like people still fine and productive, not really controlled. But the whole idea of mixing anything with water is dangerous, but that's always possible in any case. Nothing they can do about it, and if they would stop, they can continue any other moment. This way at least, could get something good out of this.
I hope you have good news for me.
Give a third sample. I have a sample. I'd consider that good news.
I knew I had the right person for the job. You've saved me quite the headache. Your reward, as promised.
What's next for you?
Aw, wondering if you'll ever see me again? Precious. I'll remain in the garden a little while longer, but it would be best if we limited contact with one another. No offense. But who knows? The plan mystifies even the greatest minds. Perhaps our paths will intersect again someday.
Well, yeah, seems like other connection was upload, but in a good way. And that's a good sign, because I had concerns about them working with Ontis chairs. Because Ontis chairs can in theory use all the scientists nicely, and not in a good way. Just think they can actually stay for themselves. And actually their prediction is impressive. However that magic's supposed to work. It's literally some magical powers. It works on in that universe, I suppose. Okay. For now, I'd say I'm done with this, because I definitely need to return here. It's pretty much the planet where everything needs to. Okay, let's return to the ship. Time to fly to Haunted Chairs. They have their fancy ship. It's time to get there. But interesting that they're based not even on a planet. They actually sit in space. Disputed claim. That was a lot of green paint wasted here. That's for sure. Everything's so green. They have the whole fleet here. Yeah, that's quite a force. Like, Water's Dragon was Protectorate. It would be also Anti-Chase. It would be too deadly for them right now. So continue the war, and the Anti-Chase most likely will win it because they're ruthless and deadly, yeah? Okay, continue. I don't think I need her with me, I would say. There is no need in this. I can save her. She's free to do whatever she wants.
This is Auntie Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Auntie's Choice employees, affiliates in training, and ethically gray consultants who labor with committing to a side.
So terrifying to work in. Imagine listening this whole day. Attention, they have fits and stuff.
With Auntie's Choice.
That's terrifying. Imagine the world like this.
Where'd you learn how to weld, anyway? Some fly-by-night indentured internship?
I'm a self-taught self-starter. What's your excuse? You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch.
Have a profitable day.
We have bounties chairs here. No bounties. No bounties. They actually don't have bounties here. Yeah, it's so noisy here. Wait, what? I'm restricted to use vendor? Weird. This one fine, this one not. So weird. Okay, can I buy anything useful here? Probably not. Yeah, there is upgrades, but nothing too interesting. Yeah, kind of upgrade system is very rudimentary in this game. There's a trend to the here.
You, my friend, are VP material.
Not sure where I should proceed.
Please have identification, transfer work, and a reasonable bribe at the ready. Ah, you're not a transfer or visiting Auntie's Choice employee. I'll need to check your current standing with corporate affairs.
Is it necessary? I have an invitation from Gertie Hewitt, VP of Product Development.
Oh, I didn't realize I was talking to such a big wheel. Afraid I still need to check your record with us, big shot. Alrighty. Commencing review. Estimated wait time? Unknown. Really? Reads like a recap of an Aetherwave drama. You're clearly a valued partner of Auntie's Choice. But your standing with us could be higher if you accepted our special offer. All it requires is allowing us to affix an Auntie's Choice holo advertorial inside your ship. So
Please
you can bear
no.
our messaging with pride and share it across Arcadia.
Please no. I've nothing personal against her, but that it doesn't look that bad after all that proposal. Wait, on the inside, wouldn't it make more sense on the exterior?
Anecdotal feedback from paid experts shows it increases the odds of a ship's crew purchasing Auntie's Choice products by a whopping 11%.
Apparently, yeah. Well, why even consider this? I don't consider taking this. I don't think so.
Go on ahead anyway. You're a valued partner after all. Enjoy your time on the ACS Undisputed Claim, the pride of Auntie's Choice corporate war fleet. Here's a ticket to the first stop on the Profit Mover Trimicular. From there, amble through the Esplanade to the head office tower reception desk. They can contact Vice President Hewitt and provide details on our exciting contract opportunity.
Very excited. So VP means valuable partner. Yeah. Now I can go forward. Damn, it's so loud everywhere here. I want to leave this place. And now we visit it again. Client intake specialist.
You have questions? We have answers. Anything you need to know about this fine location for a minimal price.
Do you even need to know anything? Okay, I want to know about people on the ship.
Like who? Or whom? Or such as?
Who is in charge in this place?
Does the name Auntie Cleo ring a bell at all? You may have seen her face or heard her voice, well, everywhere. She's rather ubiquitous, you might say. Here especially. I almost feel bad taking your money for that one. No, there. I've worked through it. Don't worry, it passed. Need details on anybody else?
Does Auntie Cleo actually live here?
Our illustrious CEO does work here, yes. Don't really see her out and about too often. So perhaps you could say she lives in her office. That's the top floor of head office tower. There's a stop for head office tower on the Trimicular if you've got an all-access pass. Or you can hoof your way there through the value-added Esplanade to get there. No way you're getting to see her without an invite, though. Not sure if she's taking appointments with contractors, but they are hiring outside help in head office tower reception.
We'll see about that. Where can I find Gertie Hewitt? You know, the peace delegate.
Like most of our execs, she can be found in head office tower. I proceed to the reception area.
Okay. I guess I don't need anything else. No further
Well,
questions.
farewells are free.
So, Profit Mover Tremicular. That should lead me to the tower.
Tremicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station.
Any moment. Absolutely any moment.
Still my favorite word.
Always remember,
Okay. Back deck steerage brought to you by Stojic's names. Head office tower. Address personages only. I thought I can get there, but seems like not. Alright, the validated is planned.
commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice, the ACS undisputed claim, is not only our corporate headquarters and flagship, it's the heart of our efforts to spread unbridled self-betterment
Getting a bit of Star Citizen here.
across the galaxy. Our flagship also sports a bustling commercial promenade where you'll find a wide assortment of products, wares, and miscellaneous bric-a-brac from all Auntie's Choice departments.
Yeah, that's a way. Invaluable disposable agent, amazing. Yeah, it's the way to head there.
What sort of reception do morally gray outsiders receive when they join
I
up
really
with
don't want to even
Auntie's
talk to anyone here.
Let's
That looks like a
This
trash
is
pile.
impressive to someone, but not me.
That's terrifying. I wouldn't want to live in such place, that's for sure.
Think you dropped something?
The hell do you want from me?
Yeah, you dropped something. Word to the wise. Mind your personal effects, intellectual assets, and major organs at all times. Plenty of opportunists here, eager to take you for all you're worth. You're lucky I found this, thing you dropped. Get me?
Why I don't have option about, like, no? Alright, I do whatever this is. You're so inexpertly passing me. Dear Maverick Outsider, with the middle managers of the ACS undisputed claim, done with being passed over. You mean to take action, or subcontract said action through a capable proxy. I invite you to backdeck steerage, which I am required to note as sponsored by Stogis teams, to discuss this exciting business opportunity which we believe will be mutually advantageous to both parties. For someone's years, middle manager Tumbly. Surreptitiously conveyed employment officer. Well, that's an opportunity maybe to switch Auntie for something else, which I'm not sure which one is worse.
It's the burning sensation on everyone's tongue and upper GI.
I so wanna leave this place. Okay, here it's a bit more quiet at least. Office tower, profit mover, tremicular, market compliance.
Who do you think's getting this big promotion?
My bets are on Ormsby. She's the more predacious of the two. Quite an effective little front stabber.
Why do I
What
feel like
was
we're
it
about to
talking
meet some
about?
of the most nettlesome people in the world?
Yeah, something like this.
I've just had word from that old number cruncher on Cloister. Alden tells me you agreed to continue the work we began at Greater Tranquility Station. Grand. A collaboration between Auntie's Choice and the Order will truly reward all of Arcadia, not to mention the Order itself. If they partner with us, it's only a matter of time before they come to see that profits are a more tangible proof of progress than those unquantifiable theories they get lost in.
Yeah, it can lead to local apocalypse eventually, because corrupted order could be dangerous. Even worse than just Auntie's Choice on its own. But alternatives doesn't really exist that much. I had some questions for you before I go.
Certainly.
Can you tell me what Auntie Cleo's like? Do you like working under her?
Oh, answering that would come dangerously close to upward communication, which is not something we advocate in Auntie's Choice. Wouldn't want the junior ranks getting the idea that they can review or, law forbid, critique their seniors. Suffice to say, Auntie Cleo is without peer, quite literally. This corporation would be adrift without her as our steady bellwether.
I'm interested in hearing more about you, Gertie.
Aren't you adorable? Next, you'll be asking me to name a time I overcame adversity in the workplace.
Not sure.
What is anyone apart from the function they perform? To wit, I am my job, and I rather think such an esteemed position speaks for itself.
Alright, that's all for now. I don't want to know anything about this ship. What about
Hello, daring self-determinivist, stalwart seeker of self-betterment, or rapacious rogue of corporatism. Welcome to Auntie's Choice Esteemed Invaluable Disposable Agent Program. As in Ida, your assignments will be some of the most decisive and admirable tasks that Auntie's Choice has to offer. Idas help explore the wilds, plot our path, and shape the evolution of our beloved corporation. And with enough rugged determinism, you might even live to see the results.
Unimaginable. Did I just say I might even live?
That's right, a life filled with action, adventure, riches, and romance awaits. Being an Ida will see all of your fantastical dreams come true. Now, if you'll just exit through to your left, 2 of our top 29 vice presidents are waiting to speak with you. And remember, Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack offers our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets in one convenient package for an additional price.
Yeah, I'm really curious how the dehydrated water tablets works. I was curious from the first game, but didn't get any explanation apparently. I mentioned to the left, I think.
Well, wonderful to meet you. C.F. Pendergrass III, Strategic Reconfiguration. It's not every day we have such a capable operative accept our invitation to the undisputed claim. While it was those ill-fated peace talks that got you here, I've kept tabs on you for a good long time.
Yes, we've all kept tabs. Auntie and I have spoken about you several times now. Ursula Ormsby, Proprietary Insight Acquisition. You'll report to both of us. For now.
Indeed. It is our pleasure to meet you, and I am beyond tickled to welcome you to Auntie's Choice.
No, I remember those guys talked about this Ormsby. I'm not really here to join Auntie's Choice, I'm to help move the peace process along.
Yet they are indubitably one and the same. By coming into my employ and helping to secure Auntie's interests, you are directly manifesting a stable future for this colony.
At Auntie's Choice, we make things happen. If you want to move something along swiftly, you come to us. If you want to endlessly dither about numbers, talk to the Order.
You, my friend, are being given the opportunity of a lifetime. Auntie's Choice has a dynamic new vision, and we need a specific kind of go-getter to make it happen.
Well, at least in that way he's probably correct. I'm definitely a specific kind of go-getter. Okay. You have a massive corporation. Why do you need me?
We need someone not shaped by Auntie's meritocracy. It serves its function, but our workers tend to focus on rung climbing. We need an individualist who sees unorthodox solutions. A daring, non-conforming perturbation ameliorator to implement our monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
I don't like how it sounds.
We are recruiting an expert outside consultant.
And what exactly are you looking for this consultant to do?
Be our eyes and ears, act as our emissary, and when necessary, dispense with any competition. I have a plan, a vision that will change the course of Auntie's Choice.
Yes, Charles, your vision. Created alongside myself, a team of researchers, slew of marketing experts, a moon-spanning computronic gizmo, and not least of all, Auntie.
Okay, so everybody connect to this amazing vision. Very minimalistic vision. Hmm. Also, I can ask about this vision, but well, it's not like I have a choice. Well, determine the course of Auntie's choice. Count me in.
Wonderful! This is the kind of wily adventure in self-determinism you will absolutely not regret. Your
Not so
first
sure.
assignment demonstrates some of the very qualities we need. Something unexpected, or in truth, unprecedented, has happened at one of our repackaging facilities on Praetor.
If I understand correctly, they're having, something of a workforce issue. Don't know rightly what you call it. Workers are, well, asking for things. It's strange. They've stopped
Unbelievable.
working. The workers there
Unbelievable.
simply stopped.
Hmm. And what does this have to do with me?
Because, my ameliorator, we've never heard of such a thing. They expressed, and I know this is going to sound more than a bit strange, dissatisfaction. And they said
How
they
that
won't
could
return to
happen?
work unless things at the plant improve.
Specifically, they stated, until we meet their demands. As though employees have a right to demand anything of their employers.
Truly, unspeakable things. I think they're striking. I'm talking about a workers' strike.
Striking? You're saying they're about to turn violent?
Yes, well, if they're this
In a way.
delusional, violence is the next natural step. Who do they intend to strike? Us?
I don't know, who else? Well, now it's just an old Earth term. I mean, it means they stop and work to force you to negotiate.
Dear law, what a bunch of devious, ungrateful, greedy little prigs! After all the opportunities Auntie's given them to repay us like this, I'm so disappointed.
So what do you suggest we do about such an utterly unheard of situation? It is absolutely imperative that we get those people back to work, whatever it takes.
If it's whatever it takes, then we can just satisfy them. Well, I suggest you negotiate. See if you can find a middle ground between you.
Negotiate? As in, give in to some of their demands. Won't that set a terrible precedent for others?
No, Ursula, it won't, because we won't be the ones doing it. That is exactly why we've hired you as my brand new perturbation ameliorator. You'll solve the problem for us, and
How
we will
convenient.
retain absolute deniability.
Amazing. Consider it already solved. Almost.
Wonderful! You'll go to Praetor, meet the plant's overseer, and mediate an end to this lunacy, which gets those ingrates back to work.
I have zero doubt Auntie and I will be completely impressed by your efforts. Unless you disappoint, in which case I will disavow that statement.
Amazing. And dragged into this mess. The main problem. Leaving the ship is a problem. Can I... Actually, maybe not the problem. Yeah, actually, despite everything, that works somehow. So, okay, I can fast leave this place, go to Praetor, help workers as much as I can, and return back. Although I'm not sure they can help workers that much, but I have a bit of hope. Straight to Praetor. Come on. So, yeah, this is exactly the place where I didn't go. Partly exactly because I knew there would be some quests involved. Especially after being attacked after walking into some other place. Get some strange shadows. So much for the high settings. That should be the way. Yes. So, product refinement center. Alright, let's see. Let's see what I can do about all this. This one, product revitalization center.
These laborers appear to be biting the hand that barely
That's
feeds
right,
them.
folks. Keep the chanting going.
Well,
I can see the
because it's
overseer
better
in
they
her
hit
office,
them.
and we're definitely making her miserable.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days.
Yeah, 12 hours is already instead of 20 hours. Oof.
But no more peeing in bottles and cans.
Poor people. Imagine working 20 hours a day.
You won't let us sleep for 8. You can't.
Workers are too rowdy. Door stays shut for now.
Okay. Who's the leader of this
No more
group?
bottles on factory floors. Time for unlocked back
Can I take one?
Yeah. With no rest and no downtime. With no rest and no downtime. We shouldn't pay for a drink at a time.
Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause?
In a way. The options. What's going on here exactly?
We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves.
I wonder how they managed, because I only figure out that now. Interesting. How do you learn that?
Dunbar, one of our level 3 packers, explained it to us. He's got a new coiffured friend who's helped us understand the workers' plight of, our politeness or something.
Okay, so is that why you're striking? Your plight's going unknowledgeable?
We need the proletariat to yield to, worker subjugation by xenophobic proxy? No, that ain't right. But it's something that sounds super fancy when Will explains it. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs.
I would say what they demand is very reasonable. I would say it should be even more, but at least this should be a bare minimum. Well, I've been sent to help, so I'm going to head inside and try and get this resolved.
I ain't sure how you're gonna get in. This door is barred from the inside, and I don't think there's another way in on the ground floor.
The ground floor.
Nice of you to
No more bottles on factory floors.
They will not let me in. Then I need to find an alternative way.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulants. Others get the exact same pay.
So the actual works on stimulants. I cannot climb there. There is an invisible wall. No, not possible. Can be through some adjacent structures also. Let's look around.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulants.
Wow. Managed to glitch in. Not sure that this is the right way anyhow. Hopefully I'm not stuck here. Because it all feels like this is not anyhow the right way. Although you'll never know until you try. This way is locked. Locked? Visible walls everywhere. Okay, that didn't work. I'll say then through something else. Maybe through one of these houses there is a vent connecting.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans.
Well, they have less than 4 hours to sleep. It's certainly not a good thing. Doesn't seem like I can do anything about it so far. This one probably is not connected to anything because it cannot be.
Factory floors. Time for unlocked bathroom doors.
There's some other structure there, maybe through it. Certainly not through that. I can literally see people there, but I can't get there that easily. Oh yeah, through this I should be able to, I suppose. Yes. It's very apparent way, actually.
Venting frustrations don't normally involve, you know, an actual vent.
Well, we're still going through actual vent. The way even legally doing so, which is quite rare. It's not allowed, but I'm curious what's inside. Just some armor and stuff. I don't really need this. Twinned compact assault rifle. Twinned. That was this. The Barbaro, that's an unusual mod. It seems like it's exactly the ones that I'm using, but better? I cannot believe it. Let's see. Advanced Mag, yeah, same mod as I already have, but also double barrel assembly modification. Doubles the number of shots fired, adds expensive reduced damage, and damage type side effects application. Oh, it's physical damage, so no side effects anyway. And reflex side might spoil everything. Also, it's not double barrel, it's triple barrel. Well, I'm curious. Might be good, might be bad. Truly unusual. Yeah, I don't like the scope. Kinda doesn't look like it's double amount of bullets. Hard to say. Well, need to test it. Can I actually change some mods in it? Probably not.
When I first got assigned to your team, I was beside myself with excitement. Since then, you've really proven yourself every bit of the legend I hoped you would be. I've come to respect you, Commander. Not just as a leader, but as a, well, as a friend, too.
Good, my plan is working then. Well, I feel the same about you, Nails. You're one hell of an agent.
I'm glad to hear it. Would have had some real grease on my face if you didn't. It was just me and Val for so long. I kind of forgot what it was like having someone else I could rely on. It's been real nice having you at my side. Not to get too maudlin, but I'm used to losing the people who mean the most to me. I just want you to know I'm not going to let that happen this time.
Well, he already saved me once at least. Well, I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you either.
It's a deal then. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This can be a thankless job sometimes. Didn't want you going a day longer without knowing how much you mean to me. And to Val, too.
Not sure about Val, but okay. So I need to tinker. Mods. Can I remove one of the mods? The scope, that would be convenient. Damn, I'm carrying too much stuff. I need to break us out to do something about it. I didn't find it. Maybe because it's in my hands. That is possible. That is quite damn possible. That is inconvenient. Okay. Can I just drop it? Place it? Whatever. That's not what I need.
Running with you reminds me of my old days with Zeb. Sure.
Okay, mods. Now with this gun. I can't see it on this list, can I? I'm confused. Maybe the guns with all the mods can be seen here. Because anyway, I cannot do anything about them. And seems like it is. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, then I can change it anyhow. No, need to test it. What to say? In this instance, DPS 918. Yes. Seems like the way it works, it's not real visual projectiles even. But it counted as double damage. Yeah, it's lower the initial damage, which means not that good versus armor. But it's twice more damage, which is a lot of DPS. It's easily the highest DPS weapon.
Machines have been off for a week. Can't believe what I'm losing on Adrenatime and Antifizzo's Numrum.
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule, and is making me look quite the fool.
Yeah, she's thinking only about herself. Something tells... Well, okay, I shouldn't. Because otherwise she will be not cooperative anyhow. You never tell a fool that he is a fool. Well, I'm here now. Tell me what you know.
Some ne'er-do-wells, have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice. And if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to.
They have this thing. Well, they're lucky to be able to dedicate their lives.
Absolutely. These lugs have been positively exalted in the good fortune of rising to their limited station within the meritocracy that Auntie has derived for us. Why? Can you imagine suffering under the yoke of a sovereign's rule? Or floundering at the ridiculous direction of those claiming to know the future by way of math? No. Only within Auntie's Choice can these drudges achieve genuine prominence. If they exhibit excessive dedication, they may even earn some modicum of the success I have enjoyed.
Well, that's horrifying. How do I fit into all of this?
You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear?
What's clear is that it was actual Auntie's Choice executives that sent me here.
Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work.
This doggo making so much noise. Oh, this was striking a worker problem.
My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer? Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar.
Yeah, she's quite terrifying. So you don't know his name. You have this small of a crew and you don't know their names.
If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down it. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons.
So their only value is to make it look good.
Their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty and prestigious corporation. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it, thereby becoming distinguished.
That's exactly the possibility I partly hoped for. So she can be shoved somewhere above where she'll just do nothing. Well, here can be placed exactly their leader maybe, and make the conditions better. So, what does the leader want?
I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear?
So you're offering them nothing. That makes my job exceedingly difficult.
Yes, well, I'm sure you'll manage. Auntie has faith in you, therefore I shall too. Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me. Which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
If I represent her, then I can do whatever the hell I want, no?
Hands up! Make some space! We've got a sanctioned, non-employee professional caller coming out!
With no rest and no downtime! We shouldn't pay
To
for a
speak with their
tree at a
leader.
time.
I suspect I've seen him somewhere here. Yes, I've seen someone. Which might be their leader. But these people?
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business.
Well, trust me, you want my help. I belong to an organization that hates mega corporations.
Then what in law's name are you doing here?
Oh, that's the right question. Destabilizing injustice from the inside, so tell me what you need.
Well, that certainly is unexpected. And potentially wonderful. Assuming, of course, you can actually help us.
That depends. So I'm here to negotiate the settlement between you and Griggs. What's the problem?
Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is poor labor retention techniques. What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that.
Interesting. Who's this guy? But this guy actually is the source of all the information. Have Spacer's Choice uniform, surprisingly enough. Interesting. So, your complaints are that you're being undervalued, unsupported, and mistreated.
Right. Exactly. The conditions under which Auntie extracts our labor is, unacceptable. They're egregious, even.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties.
Yeah. But you mentioned them. You don't work here?
No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and reasonable deal.
That's right. Leo has been an absolute wealth of what's what. Without him, we would still be toiling
under the yoke of oppressive undervaluation due to monstrous mismanagement.
Right, that.
Interesting. It's kind of funny, the Spacer's Choice helping locals work in another corporation, because Spacer's Choice was probably the worst corporation back then. Now it's here so bad that even Spacer's Choice is fine in comparison. And what's in it for you, Leo?
Me? Why, my only motivation is...
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work, right?
That's right. And what is it going to take?
Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning.
Apparently it's not possible. What the options? Oh, that all seems reasonable. I'll take it to the officer and see what they can do.
Thank you for your trying. I don't know if we'll get it all, but every bit you add makes some part of our lives a whole lot easier.
Well, apparently they will not get everything. Probably. I don't know. Hard to say. I can speak of the snail. Interesting. Where he came from. Why he have old uniform? How he managed to get to the system with rifts? So many questions.
No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors!
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return?
They're ready, but on conditions. I've heard the workers' demands and I think we can get them back to work.
So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets? To be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays?
Don't. They want their shifts shortened. They demanded 12-hour workdays.
12-hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud.
kinda can be something between, but interesting. What is this even? Speech or leadership? Leadership 4. Negotiator. Yeah, I don't remember seeing even this perk. Usually, don't remember seeing it really. Well, okay, at least a bit more time to sleep. That's something, I guess. Offer it in, give them a win. The high morale will make up for a few lost hours.
I suppose that's true. It wouldn't take much to put enough pep in their proverbial step to make up for 2 lost hours. Their overall productivity might even improve. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses from me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want?
Asking for the adrenal time they take during the day to be free.
Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy.
Yeah, but then labor also costs something. Wow, that's easy to convince actually. If they're free, they'll take them way more often, which means way more work.
And more work means more profit. More than enough to cover the cost of the stim.
Okay, she's dumping off at this for this.
Now, and it certainly is a shrewd one. You are Auntie's material for sure. Done. Is there more they ask?
Yes. It is very important to them that the bathrooms are left unlocked at all times.
They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax?
Terrifying.
What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans.
Absolutely terrifying. But do you actually believe they hold it all day long? If they have to go, they're going somewhere.
Somewhere? Oh, that actually explains the odor in storage room 3. I never imagined they might be. I'll get the door unlocked immediately and cleaning crews dispatched. What more do they want?
Well, that's some progress. I mean, they still don't have any time a day. They have 6 hours. I guess on Steamnet they can survive, but damn. At least that's some win for now. That's everything. I'll take your responses to the leader and see what I can do.
Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible.
Okay, let's see.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations?
Well, yes. I negotiated terms for bathroom access.
That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? Is she willing to see reason?
It was a struggle, but she's convinced they should be free to use it anytime.
Well, I can't begin to tell you what a relief that is. By which I mean, that's great news. It'll be such a load off. A most promising development. How go the other hurdles of the negotiation?
I spoke to Greg also about the adrenal time.
She willing to see reason?
Yes, she is not too happy about it, but she is. I convinced her they should be free.
Free? Really? Why, I'd surely have lost that bet. I figured we'd ask for free and settle for wholesale. You're a miracle worker. What's next?
Well, this one not that great, but still. Let's discuss your working hours.
Excellent. What progress have you made?
Well, not that much, but I had some luck in hanging with her. Your shifts will be reduced to 18 hours a day at least.
Well, that certainly is disappointing. but I suppose we'll manage. An extra 2 hours off a day will make life a little easier, at least.
Yes.
Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these new conditions, we'll return to work with vigor rather than dread. Thank you.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair cream now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her angles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance against me.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like you're Auntie's choice at all. It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Thanks to you, stranger. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get back to work.
I suppose
So spaces
that
just still
passes for a
exist.
happy ending among these corporatists. Excellent work, dear.
Well, yes, in a way. That's at least surely better than alternatives. The best that was possible to do actually here. The workers return to their shift.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have
Exactly.
already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives
Does
that
she know about your
dispatched you
existence?
that you have done an adequate job, under my keen supervision, of course.
Yeah, I'm not sure it will work like this, but we'll see. Yeah? Not sure they progress, but that's fine, yeah. So spaces cheers still exist. And trying to recruit some people. Okay. So I guess he hoped that they will all leave the place. And will be recruited. Okay. Aim to leave this place. Back down to chairship. I probably need to do one more task before I will be able to speak with the leader. I hate to deal with these corporations. It'd be better to deal with them once and for all, but it's not like I can defeat the fleet as a whole faction. It's not possible. As much as I'm pretty good, I surely will not have enough bullets at the very least. Okay, let's see. Alright, region. Back to head office. At least I don't need to go through the whole ship again. Because surely it's not pleasant. So many ads in all the ears. Quite terrifying experience.
Arriving any moment now.
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-wasp. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
Yeah, I'm a bit, but they just standing here all the day. Well, it went well. I negotiated the resolution. The workers are back in the factory.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
It was the best possible result. Nobody's happy, but everybody's satisfied.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report?
Well, no, that's all. What's my next assignment?
Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered.
Oh, really?
And it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. Do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
Okay, whatever you say. No, I don't want to listen to her lecture about marketing being an art. What does monopolistic mercantile methodology plan you mentioned?
It is an intricately crafted, multi-phase marketing initiative that will introduce Auntie's Choice to the rest of the galaxy and establish the foothold of our pending monopoly. It requires a series of daring, almost impossibly savvy, perfectly timed, and flawlessly executed stratagems to create optimal market positioning.
Whole thing's a load of bunko. Calculatory claptrap from a bunch of overeducated know-nothings who are so smart they're stupid. Go ahead. Tell them who devised it.
With pleasure! The archive on Cloister analyzed millions of variables with bazillions of permutations to create an idealized path for total competitive domination.
Okay, that doesn't sound good. So what's the second step on this roadmap to market dominance?
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business.
So we're going there
There's a
after all?
facility for it on Praetor. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important? Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities.
That's terrifying that they want to get this. But Auntie wants, Auntie gets, I guess.
Attitude like that will take you far around here. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process, do so.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation while in our employ.
See you when it's done.
So, how exactly they want me to do it? Because I would prefer to eliminate everything and all the information about this place and technology and everything, because this is definitely not anyhow a good thing. Like, this is literally brainwashing, straightforward. So, the Protectorate employs a process called mental refreshment. Their subjects also choose seek to obtain proprietary details in it. On the choice, representative mentioned that if you uncover additional details about the refreshment process, you'll gain additional reward as well. I don't care. The facility's head refresher has a wealth of knowledge about the mental refreshment process. Convince him his talent would be better uses for aunties and theirs and earn health bonus. Or I can just shoot him straight in his head. Obtain mental refreshment materials. Auntie Choice is intrigued by the mental refreshment process and has asked to retrieve materials related to understanding it. I have asked for technical schematics to the lot of particularity, a sample pharmacology used in the facility, and an audio cartridge details the methodology. Damn, I can't be forced to deliver the stuff to them, which is not anyhow good. Maybe I can sabotage it. That could be the best outcome if I can do it. Brings them some false information that could be useful. Alright. Tradition, no. First I need to fly. Not on Cloister. Praetor. That's the last facility that I didn't visit. I'm visited. I expected that the quest will bring me here, but I didn't expect that this will be Auntie's Choice quest. Well, that's what it is. I guess for that would be reasonable to take another Grania. Kinda curious. Maybe Tristan will do something last here. Although it seems like companions have nothing to say usually about such places. Okay, yeah, that's exactly it. And unless I don't have any straightforward approach to it, that's a shame. Well, I can go from the tower, and that's also an option. Definitely I'll be forced to kill a lot of Protectorate. Nothing I can do about this. Out of course, by the way, now when I'm getting these hearts by cannon, I have 1269, which is nice amount of HP. Let's see how much I can grow this. But yeah. Oh, can I manipulate roots? I actually did manipulate these roots before, didn't I? Yes, I did, because otherwise I couldn't get in. I think. Yes. Finally we're getting some action, potentially. Yeah, I kinda was curious to try this gun. It's them tower in this gun. Never understood, can I avoid the fight? I understand the scopes and kilometers on this frame. Like on Farmers, and this is pretty much Auntie's Choice Farmers version. Come on. Okay, I didn't need to kill him, that's something. Certainly trying to avoid killing all of them. Which is not always that easy, huh? Voluntario? Okay, I guess that's the official name of this place. Oh, for a moment I thought it was Patrol, but that's Tristan. Well, maybe we can get in without killing everyone.
Seems like...
Ready to wait! What's your command?
That's a very powerful gun. Okay, seems like we're doing some killing after all. I'm Tristan. The ex-comrades. He just went for them, like crazy. Oh yeah, that's sneak around. That was from the opposite side of the building. Bro, that need. Oh yeah. What makes these noises?
Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
At least this place is much more quiet. Notice chairs ones. Advertisement and refreshment the same way as Auntie's Choice would do. Terrifying.
Into a thing of symmetry.
Oh, they made them get mine symmetrical. Amazing. Logic is Sovereign should be here. I wonder will it lead to some side quests here. Because here Logic should be exactly here. Supplemental pharmacology details. Even from head refresher gaunt notes that subjects ought to be administered doses of repriortin through multiple means each day. Details follow regarding the means it should be provided and how the enhanced suggestibility it provides make it an essential part of the mental refreshment process that boosts retention of protectorate propaganda. Amazing. Well, should take them anyway, I guess. I'll give them to anyone that's the other thing. Better remove all these things.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
Damn it. Gonna protect myself.
To some light instruction, a restorative cocktail, and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections. I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors, you'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say, goodbye, imperfect. Hello, contentment.
Damn that.
Just like being back on smoke extraction detail at the shipyards.
That's terrifying. We need to shut this place down. ASAP.
Greetings, subject, or should I say refreshed to be. Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
That doe-eyed expression, those ambling sentences. I do believe this individual is mentally refreshed. We may be able to use that.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
So if you want to ask questions, you need a refreshment. What the hell did I just walk through?
Our facility's induction corridor is quite an experience, isn't it? A feast for the senses, second only to our chief edification and remembrance center, the Tomb of the Matriarch. Accompanying our Head Refresher's thought-lulling welcome is a musical score based off an inspirational composition partially hummed by the consul himself, and a brief spritz of our very own repriortin gas to boost attentiveness and provide the perfect touch of compliancy to commence your treatment here.
It's dangerous because they can shove this gas and that in theory can screw my brain. I'd like to hear more about mental refreshment, preferably with some specifics.
Head Refresher Gould says mental refreshment increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. I've undergone the procedure myself, several times they say, and look at me now, never more content.
Are you sure about that? Is there any other way in here out?
None authorized to you. Not until completion. Now there. No need to fear evaluation. It's just a few brief fleeting questions, all perfectly harmless, I assure you. Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
I mean, it shouldn't be hard to do. It's alternatives.
Never more content. Never more content. Process more refreshing than ever.
Look, that is... Oh, I can apparently easily open it. But that might raise an alarm, so let's go normal.
Greeting, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnetarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications. if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective.
Well, I'm not sure that if I will go and lie my way through, it's probably will lead me to not be insane for Russian, but who cares anyway. Well, it doesn't even matter, I can go my way through anyway. Okay, I would prefer to wait for someone to tell me what to think and say.
Incorrect! But your response has merited a yay-sayer verbal commendation for exceptional tactfulness in the field, allowing you partial credit. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually, each a vital cog. Query 2.
Amazing.
Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
Well, my efficaciousness knows no bounds. It's off the charts, completely.
Incorrect. Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has ever answered that query accurately before to date. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief?
I try not to succumb to distraction by pursuit of justice. But I'm a human being.
Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you?
An ideal protectorate subject.
Processing determination. An acceptable response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 100 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment.
Terrifying.
Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed one floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
What if I would just go in?
You've gained privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Of course they did. Messages. This text the message you wish to view. Or hit refresh and go to subject special administration's word. I ask all personnel to refrain from discussing any and all topics pertaining to the unnamed subject currently by our special administration ward, which is definitely sovereign. Unless we are requested to help with his care, please pretend he is currently residing somewhere else far away, perhaps on a nice farm or something. Remember, questions are an unmistakable sign of worry, disquietment, and rumination. A subject having questions is a telltale sign of requiring refreshment. Ever yours, head refreshing God. Terrifying. And soon take rare exit. Yes, now it's possible to leave this place also. Any kind of use. Certificate of mental refreshment will be an inspiration to your fellow subjects. You get a certificate for that. Go card. Gadget energy. Perhaps at least useful. I mean, it's still something. I guess personal commodities.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
Whatever they do. This one is peaceful. This one is not. Kinda not. Well,
Forever vigilant. Hit him hard!
whoa. Wait, what? Oh, turn. This gun's insane, actually. Don't they actively open the doors? Yeah, without hacking would be less convenient. Where's the hack and go through? Where's the robot?
When we comply together, we thrive together.
Nothing useful here. There's some kind of locked version. No, this one.
The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
It's a good mount visit to test the pistol. But anyhow works still. Yeah.
And refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Supplemental methodology details. A memo from Head Refreshment Gaunt details the strategic propaganda goals that underpin his daily lectures. Highlights include denigrate question as being contrary to happiness, regard collective cognitive compliance, aka unthinking group acquiescence, as key to the refreshment regime and essential for the paradigm to function, for our highest standards, luxury and prosperity to be maintained. Amazing. Let's again take them in. Repeating rifle.
In all its many forms.
Current. Also watching a lot of things. Okay, skills. Why not? Observation. Knockping. Second. Disable cafeteria sentry and still kitchen. Messages. Refreshment facilitator. Down then. Breaching kitchen pantry. One must assume that the large gaping hole inside the kitchen pantry has a perfectly reasonable reason for being there. Yet I have observed several sprats entering the facility through it, and retreating with our full supply of previous indulgence, crumble cakes. Please disregard if this is in line with the paradigm plan. Our best refreshment facilitator Tilden. But surely should be according to plan. Oh, head refreshing gaunt. Security breach. If I'm reading my last message from one of our dear already refreshed refreshment facilitators correctly, someone appears to have dug an escape tunnel in our kitchen pantry. I shouldn't have to inform you that this is literally a preposterous breach of security for our facility. Post Automax at the entrance and seal the kitchen immediately, and have one of our inspirational posters or something placed over the hall. It's embarrassing. And find out too who is responsible. No, I guess that's it here. This like broken robot? Nobody cares. Oh yeah, I guess it's disabled sentry, yeah? There's an elevator. For whatever reason I would need it. Recipe and Breath of Glory Gold. Heals 935 health over duration. What's the point? So it's not that powerful and it's always at access, yeah? It's like one of the worst one. What's called so fancy, yeah? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I need to craft it to see it and I don't want to craft it anyway. Oh yeah, that must be Gaunt. If not him.
Could have sworn no one was due for hours. Wherever is your chart? Wait, you're not a patient. You're not even a protectorate subject, are you? I see it now. You possess the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
This must be the lead scientist. Wonder if he's also had the pleasure of being refreshed.
Well,
I guess not yet.
Who are you?
Showing him into refreshment program could be not the worst idea, actually. What's the options? I can go straight to the things. I guess my lack of glassy-eyed bewildered gaze gave me away, did it?
Such a brazen display of derision of protectorate ways. How unexpected. How provocative. This presents a rare opportunity to hone my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly, speak plainly.
He is in a way open-minded, something. The day of the horrors of the mental refreshment process.
Sounds like someone's had some indoctrination of their own. You've been tasked by one of our adversaries, I take it. I have a proposal for you. I'll provide you what you wish if you debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology in a reasonably competent manner.
Yeah, not the most interesting thing to do, I would say. How about I just shoot you and rifle through your desk for good?
Oh, do play along. I'm so rarely able to engage in any sort of intellectual discourse here. Suppose you could say that's my fault. Yet in any case, indulge me. You'd certainly learn much more from me directly, assuming you're competent enough at verbal sparring at any rate.
It's gonna be useful in theory because maybe that will give me a clue how to trick the corporation. Alright, fine, we can have your little chit-chat.
There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order? Our former allies? Those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation. What say you of them?
That's rich from someone allowed the freedom to think, but who robs it from others.
My position is a burden, gladly taken to ease the suffering of our subjects. I think so they don't have to ensure the paradigm runs ably. Their order is chaos to us. Though your point, while gratingly expressed, is noted, albeit grudgingly. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists?
Yeah, good question. Well, there is a bit. Well, I can switch him to their side, but it's not like I want to. They're not that effective at getting things done right now. I mean, I could use a skill, but should I? Oh, okay. That I can decide later, I guess. Greater reward skill, talent, and innovative ideas. I'll go far over there, sure now.
That actually sounds to have some slight merit when you put it that way. I mean, such a system would leave behind the general public, though. All our friends and neighbors. Your point is not completely without worth, I suppose. Only mostly. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare.
Well, you almost sound like you're patient. Are you repeating the script?
Not word for word, no. I do take certain liberties with the Sovereign's Handbook, a beacon to the cosmos, to inhabit the spirit of the work and give it a dramatic, scientific air. I understand you meant that as an insult, but I refuse to be baited by those either jealous or ignorant of our ways.
Seems to me that a perfect society could hold up to a few questions.
As it is right now, repelling faulty logic and wrong-headed thinking with gusto. No, the refreshment process isn't about thwarting examination, but obviating fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's about making people happy. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself?
I mean, that could work. But simply that you're the smartest person I've spoken to in the Protectorate.
How very nice of you to say. You're not half bad yourself, for a non-Protectorate, not me. I must say that was moderately stimulating. Passably interesting at a few points even. Almost intriguing. Now, what next?
Explain everything you can about that contraption's innermost workings.
Oh dear, I don't understand how the machine works, only how to use it. The technical specifications for the Lathe of Particularity are in my office in the next room, hidden in a cache behind a frame on the wall. Pick up the cap to open it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I do have a schedule to maintain. So many minds to refresh, so little time. Feel free to scavenge around. It's not as if anything you find here will be any use to your masters.
So he even have no idea how that works. Interesting. He's pretty much just an operator. So if I can destroy his machine, that already will be something. Also, I need to get the Sovereign if I can. That's still better than console, probably. Yeah, I could send this myself. Immersive Particularity Schematics. The schematics details the design and construction of the Immersive Particularity. Key component Protectorate's mental refreshing process technology. The companion note from Head Refresher Gold reads: Our take on the device is uniquely dignified and refined. All the mental refreshing facilities are exceptionally genius of the most streamlined, effective design. So they have multiple machines after all, and there are the facilities. Yeah, step in this facility will not stop anything, really.
Wait.
was led to
Sovereign,
believe my
by
case
saying.
required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive. Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions. Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer! Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended. Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
Maybe on the second thought, matter refreshed, Sovereign can be still better than the original one. For this place at least. And reminded yourself. Admit I thought myself rather clever in how thoroughly I'd secured the schematics for the notes of particularity last week, only to find I'd forgotten the elaborate code I devised to open it. For example, Atheron spent the better part of an hour prying open the cache door. But now I've got it. Hidden in plain sight should be wholly sufficient. I reworked the mechanism to simply require that I lift the cap of a rigged mannequin, and the concealed hatch was spring open wide. Oh, though sometimes I don't know why I ever bother, it's not as if anyone in Placid Waters is capable of more than off-key singing and bass echolalia. What I wouldn't give for a decent conversation around here for a change. Dictated, but not read.
Waters Wellnatarium here on Freighter is uniquely special.
Panometric peak abradement. Meta refresher. What's the smart even? When hit by melee attack, confuse the attacker for 15 seconds. Okay. So, what do we know about the quest? Recruit the head refresher. So, technically recruited them already, yeah. Collect additional materials. Auto-choice representative mentioned that if you uncover additional details about the refreshment process, you'll gain additional reward as well. Yeah, not sure that I want to give them. I was just intrigued by the refreshment process and has asked to retrieve materials related to understanding it. They've asked you acquired an example of refreshment technology, schematics for the loss of particularity. Okay. Can I ask some questions?
What an edifying confabulation.
Seems like I can't. Do anything about the machine, can do anything about the schematics. A shame, really, huh? It's quite dangerous tech. And I'm forced to give it to make the pistons, which is questionable, but at the same time they can always get more of this tech. In any case, it's I guess not that such of a big deal. Oh, what's going on here? Repriority gas disbursement controls. Remember the refreshment facilitators. As you recall, regular spritzing of repriority gas has proven to boost subjects' susceptibility to our guidance broadcasts. It is my belief that it will also accentuate the effects of the note. Please help me test this by guessing the chamber thoroughly during our upcoming scheduled sessions. Do remember to avoid activating the system until I have safely retreated to my office. Document signs of previous settings to fill chamber with repriority gas. Says volume required to fill chamber with repriority gas. Well, yeah. All of them lead this anyway to the same result. Okay, let's see.
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft all over?
Alright.
Feel free to scavenge around. It's not as if anything you find here will be any use to your masters.
Maybe it will not be that useful when they recruit them. Alright. They maybe would help with the conversation, but it's already done. There's some elevators that lead who knows where. Pretty much done with the mission, but I'm curious can I find Sovereign or not. Would be interesting. Yes, special administrations. That should be quite interesting for Tristan, I suppose.
Thinking never made anybody happy.
Got eyes on some no good.
Messages from head refresher gold. Subject maximum peak abradement. As you well aware, repeated sessions in the Knot of Particularity with its minimal abradement settings are most conducive to subject's long-term mental well-being. The maximum abradement setting is generally reserved for the most extreme cases and is meant to be used sparingly, as it has been known to markedly decrement an individual's curiosity and motivation. As you may have observed, this can happen more often than has been reported widely, and can also occur at lower settings from time to time. To mention this fact outside this facility is strictly forbidden, as it will undoubtedly undermine confidence in the mental refreshment process in our perfect society. The Council has authorized the use of the maximum abradement settings on those who threaten to undermine our perfect society. I trust I'm making myself abundantly clear. Yeah, it's quite important. Unsealed special administration warrant. So they just added additional information. Gathered supplement information. Yeah. Well, gathered everything pretty much. Though recruit. Although this one maybe not recruited actually. Well, whatever. He's brainwashed a bit. Maybe should kill him after all.
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities.
So they already made the vigil out of him. Where are you supposed to be?
Why, I'm his attendant, of course. I have seen to the Sovereign's personal needs since he was a mere, but of course vibrant and robust, infant. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today.
My Sovereign, what have they done to you?
Well, no one deserved this.
No, and certainly not the embodiment of all that is the Protectorate. This is a greater crime than all I have witnessed.
Deserves what? Whatever do you mean?
Is he also mentally refreshed? What happened to him?
We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself.
How long has he been like this? When was the last time he said anything?
Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably upset, launched into hysteric fits of paranoid ranting. Absurd nonsense about how the Consul had betrayed him and seized power. For his own good, he had to be gently but firmly restrained. That all stopped after his next dip into the lathe, thank law. He's remained quite peaceful since. I'm certain he'll be back to his old self in no time.
How can he be so blind to the fact how this system works? Well, the Council clearly orchestrated this in order to take control.
Preposterous! The Consul and all the Vigilant are above reproach. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm, or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate
To the end. We all will.
Can we take you both elsewhere?
The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care, as he has every day of his life. Treatment outside the Protectorate is barbaric by comparison. Our system is perfect. Just leave us be.
I suppose there is nothing we can do at this juncture. Guard him well, Feld. I shall honor him, in health and infirmity alike. I swear it.
I'm not sure, Tristan. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's now a glowing wedgie. Yeah. Experience his own tech.
May whatever we discuss aid in the destruction of our foes. Speak freely.
Surprisingly, there is nothing to do about the console in general. Even with Tristan, which is weird. So don't have anything here? Yes. Well, that was easier than I thought, but it's kinda, well, useless. Even if I will shut down this place, it will not stop anything connected to mental refreshment. Because there are other places.
Once over.
Actually, he's still fine. I'm surprised. Okay, that has been dealt with. Not sure why would I need it. What even this place?
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
So many charges. That's unpleasant. I guess I can disable this anyway. It's not like I need to crawl there. I can normally walk, no? I'm not entirely sure. I guess there is normal way. Oh yeah. Just disable the sentry, yeah.
Preserve said progress.
I need to can buy grenades here.
I like our contentment.
Well, they have everything automated. Drift can be felt coming from behind the poster. Yeah, that's the way that one of them made. Resist the predator. Okay, it's just a way to enter a place or leave the place. No need for me.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
The lecture hall to request an exception.
Shouldn't be, yeah, the lecture hall. Yeah, that's the place. And the guest getting here slowly.
Oh, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject reader ought to have attended to that by now.
I guess she's also mentally refreshed.
Responsible for making the mental refreshment process
You're a member of the staff, right? You seem a little refreshed yourself.
I was once a victim of imperfect thoughts. Oh, I had so many questions. But my questioning days are long gone.
Can I ask you a few questions about the facility?
Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery. But worry not. Soon enough, with our help and a little work, you'll never question again.
Not sure that I want to. What's wrong with questions?
Questions are an unmistakable sign of worry, disquietment, and worst yet, rumination. Once the mind is a thing of symmetry, vexatious agitatements simply waft away. As every loyal and dutiful protectorate subject knows, thinking is best left to our betters.
Where can I find samples of the pharmacology used here?
You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly.
What does the medicament dispensement automech do?
The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments.
Unbelievable. Said it 3 times fast.
The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments.
Yeah, she doesn't ask any questions, she just do things. Okay. Yeah, okay, I guess it's enough. I better go.
You'll feel ever so much better when...
No, I will not.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today?
Okay. Probably 1.
Noting dire self-diagnosis and ably displaying concern. My word. Inform the nearest refreshment facilitator without delay to book you a session in the Lathe of Particularity today.
Yeah, can I get the medicine? I should probably receive my daily pill allotment.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day.
A clerical error occurred requiring an exception. I must maintain my prescribed regime.
Response. Medicaments are stored in medicament storage, the office in which this unit presently operates. Yet, it is strictly off-limits to all non-refreshment facilitator personnel. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more.
Well, yes, it's inside this place. To get there. With logic and it exactly there. Oh yeah. Did I miss it? Yeah. But this one should be here, as you mentioned. It's confusing. Didn't get anything special here. Shouldn't I? Oh yeah. It's intractable. This daily dose of rare priority is a key component in protected mental refreshment process pharmacology. The companion note from head refresher guide reads: Reparitin helps you reprioritize on what matters most. Beyond thinking, complacency. Leave the thinking to your betters with Reparitin. Now I get all the stuff. I guess let's go to the third. I probably shouldn't leave this doctor alive after all. He knows too much of the bad stuff. No need to keep him alive. Where this guy came from? Okay.
Looks much better. Support the system.
I guess that's it. Even had the toastball card. Small bonus for me. I guess we're done here. Or not. Head refreshing lecture audio cartridge. This series of recorded lectures from Head Refreshing Gold is the key component in Protectorate mental refreshing process methodology. The companion note from Head Refreshing Gold reads, "Turn up a smidge when I get to the good part." You know, that bit when I mentioned how at its base humanity unguided is cruelly inept and slothful. Okay, that all of them seems like.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Did I check that room? Yes, looks familiar. And then my Mia. Where did this one lead? Low privilege priority pass. Yeah, I guess it's just entrance through the normal way. They don't need. Okay, this place is done. Now, hopefully I will be able to bring the least possible harm to the colony by delivering this. Alright. Back to the ship. Yeah, quite a nasty facility. But it's for understand one of menu. To deal with that doesn't do much.
The state we found the Sovereign in. I still can't accept it. The Protectorate's honored leader, mentally refreshed, reduced to nothing. I do not believe for a moment that he truly was in need of it. And I fear he shall never be the same.
It definitely will never be the same. At least, I will be surprised if he will be, huh? Well, now you don't have to be beholden to him. You can make your own decisions.
I choose to make my decisions on behalf of the Sovereign, for I know it is best. Even in his present state, that fact remains unchanged. The Consul shall be made to pay for his part in this. Then we shall figure out what best to do with the Sovereign.
And how we're supposed to do that? There is no possibility to lead to this. I can tell about this, but nothing.
Broadly interpreting the law has been more involved than I anticipated, but it is rewarding in its difficulty. Speak freely.
Yeah, he's depleted. Yeah, I'm clear. I guess until I will proceed further with main quest, nothing will change. Alright. Now the undisputed claim. Now Logic I have everything. And should get access to the leader of the corporation. Okay, can I go straight there? Definitely don't want to run through the ship. It's a terrifying experience. Quite terrifying. Way more terrifying than this. So yeah, head of his tower.
Took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebetted it through artificial means.
Good to replace this onto, but I
see you're
cannot.
back from the Protectorate's little mind manipulation spa. All their secrets in hand, yes?
Our team at Proprietary Insight Acquisition has been salivating over the potential commercial applications of that process.
That what is terrifying. Well, everything's taken care of, and I didn't have any luck with the head refresher.
Really? Thought you had more drive, but suppose that's fine.
I, for one, care little for the completion of stretch goals. You managed to avoid being mentally refreshed. That demonstrates considerable pluck and fortitude.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results.
Can I tell them that's absolutely useless piece of trash? Yeah, Autoverance sucks. Curiosity or drive, well, all motivations maybe is good because no motivation to work then. The technology ground down the mind and rob patience of all motivation.
Can't say I like the sound of that. Seems like they'd be difficult to market to.
How truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They could barely even be considered consumers at all.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable?
Well, maybe I can turn this to the good side at least. Well, internal documents show that adversity affects patients more often than they let on.
But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted moral high ground, and so much for us exploiting that piece of technology.
Oh, she doesn't sound happy, that's good. Well, the dragon has suggestibility, but its effects are temporary, so record doesn't scare.
Yeah, good to know, good to know.
As I cannot keep this information to myself for whatever reason. And the method of parent propaganda was suggestibility drug to boost retention. I don't want to tell all this, but I was forced to.
Intriguing, even.
Annoying.
What else?
That's all I found.
Excellent. Well, here's your reward, along with something extra for your effort. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right.
I don't care.
For your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations. Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader, Auntie Cleo.
Okay, so actually can speak.
Chores are complete. Oh, finally, a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Oh, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization?
What's the options? Bring out injustice. Yeah, last it doesn't work like this. Like you cannot change the place anyway. Not for now, at least. I didn't see any possibilities. Otherwise, I would do. Why would I? You're the most effective players in Arcadia.
We do tend to forge ahead, yes. Free enterprise moves freely. So many ways to grease the wheels. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. Tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. I received a most curious transmission from Ruth Bassar, presiding bishop of the order, proposing we discuss the prospect of our groups working together. She stated this was your idea.
Quite possible. Okay, so that's the moment to decide, pretty much. Whose idea it was this unimportant? Are you willing to speak with her?
A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Are you sure you'd rather pursue this over your current exclusive contract with us? Before I contact Ruth, I want to be 110% certain.
Okay. I'm sure. I want Otis Choice and the order to work together.
Fine. I'll initiate a call with Ruth through a secure line in the conference room next door. Let's pick this up there. Don't keep me waiting.
At least some competition will be involved. And not the war one. That's probably better for the galaxy, I guess. I mean, this place at least, for the colony. So... that is all done now. We agreed to work with Otis Choice, but they will only help you to take the archive once you have built some mutual trust. You sense an opportunity for cooperative between Otis Choice and Water and take an archive, but first you have to broker truce between the two of them. Get the archive alone might prevent further negation between Otis Choice, yeah. Agree to work with Order. Yeah, how I can finalize the deal. Bridge has been ripped apart. Yeah, rift modulator. And with the heads of Otis Choice, yeah. Ruth and Alti have agreed to meet via monitor in a secure room on the AC's undisputed claim. Head there and mediate their discussions. Okay, that's something. So we're going for it finally. It should be okay, I guess I need to speak
Make
with her.
profitable choices.
If you have business here, don't let...
Those are negotiations. I am not against the idea. How? How am I supposed to do so? This way? Yeah, secure telecommunication. Looks authorization to enter, authorized personnel only. Am I? I thought I should be fine. I'm confused. And all the negotiation, which shows the center. Can it show me this position? Somehow?
Don't wait for a line to form in front of you. Availability is severely limited. Let this be the first courageous leap you make into a fresh, pioneering new
Remember what we
career.
discussed and act equitably.
I suspect I need to go there nonetheless, but that's weird. It's kind of like unlock authority. If I will go there, it will trigger something negative, but I have no clue. Yeah, it shows the same floor pretty much. Yes. Yeah, that looks like the place.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business. There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to... Oh, yes! Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
Oh. I see now why a neutral third party was needed here.
If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
I once carried 4 injured squad mates on my back out of a jungle. I can handle this.
That's exactly the sort of rugged, steadfast feistiness we need here today. Now, let's arbitrate. From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Okay. The most important thing to decide first is who gets control of the archive.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
That's why I shouldn't get to
my
them.
own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
I can totally agree. Well, that campaign doesn't sound too bad logically. How about the Order gets the archive but directs some power to an ad campaign?
I am amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
Well, technically it's the first one. This negotiation won't get very far without compromising somewhere.
And so because Auntie's choice is suffering a cut by not receiving full control over the archive, you deem it fair for the Order to bleed as well. Very well. I will not absolve you of this choice by commending it. But for the sake of these negotiations, we can move on. Do not expect further concessions, however.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive. And I assure you that Auntie's choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
Surely.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do.
That is true.
Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
Oh, I guess we're doing the same as that was archive.
And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous! And a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
Well, but the things should have value after all, like it's complex tech after all. Nothing better than attempt to ability to buy it freely. What if the Order drafted restrictions to curb abuse while Auntie's handled production?
That assumes Auntie's choice would even abide by such a list of restrictions, and which would almost be impossible for the Order to enforce. Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and make sure everything is up to Auntie's choice and order standards.
Hold on, won't those regulations still be in your pocket?
Oh, partiality concerns are a thing of the past. Obviously, regulators would be incentivized to care most about the safety of the consumer. You know, right after production costs. Auntie's Choice is already benefiting from the Order's largesse regarding the archive. I see no reason to compromise a second time here.
What's the options, damn it? We better agree on this to be able to keep the rest, the Rift deck, fully in the order, and that's very important. Of course, and Rose, we both know you're not going to walk over this.
If that is your prediction, then I recommend you revisit your behavioral models on me. Consider carefully what you suggest next, if you wish for these negotiations to continue.
That was my plan. Well, I don't have an option, damn it. Anyway, the order can oversee production management on the skip course.
You've succumbed to Ruth's little conniption, have you?
I don't have an option.
By the architect's balls, have some gumption. Pay her no mind. This is a wise correction. The Order will be a far more diligent custodian of this technology. I disagree completely. Just look at how well the Order protected its own assets. Remember Golden Ridge, the archive? Besides, the Order will inevitably leave money on the table.
Yeah, the problem is that's kind of making it harder to deal with rifts eventually, yeah? Wow. But I don't have much of a choice. Well, Rose compromised on the archive. Just does the Order have this one out here?
Fine. I accept this accommodation as I am the very spirit of magnanimity. But be warned, this is the sole free concession you're getting from me. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands. The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it.
That's what's terrifying.
For good, of course, in a gainful manner.
Not sure about sharing technology. I mean, scientists definitely safer choice, but I'm not sure that we can go for it. Giving to both of them, well, it is. I mean, that surely will lead to some problems, but I'm not sure that they can agree on some alternatives. Yeah, scientific answer would persuade him maybe, but I don't have it. Sharing in between, that's at least better than nothing. I mean, Order can do something about this. At least they can make technology of making this, but yeah. They both took something for themselves, kinda. So, and Auntie getting the least so far. If I will not give at least something, this will be broken, so yeah. We have only one option, let's share the tech. Okay, crazy idea, but maybe the Order and Auntie's Choice can share the technology.
A 50-50 split? But that's so equal.
Oh, take it or leave it. Imagine how magnanimous Altus will look to Arcadia's population.
Goodwill rarely converts well into bits, but I suppose I do take your point. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later. I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's choice.
So, some chemicals. Okay, that doesn't sound too difficult. Auntie, can you help with that?
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom? That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
But it is Auntie's business now, Ruth. You two are working together.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for. I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I?
Yep.
While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it.
I'm nervous. Is there something more to this drug you're not telling us?
Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my personality. Irreversible. But it will not cost me anything I would lament losing. And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order. A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example.
If you make this bet and you're running anyway, the entire Order will suffer.
You sound just like Laureate Beckett. I'm weary of having this debate, especially as I can never seem to win it. Very well. Never mind about the chemicals. Now is not the time for risky experimentation at any rate. Oh, bother. Here I wanted to see Ruth lobotomize herself. Oh, well. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be. Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward.
Yeah, that's better than path, but that's all we have. Mom, I'm just happy you two were able to reach an agreement at all.
As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor. Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
I wonder what that can be.
There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider. We'll of course provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Doodaloo! Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought.
I have a funny feeling I'm not going to like this plan much, but Go ahead.
First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Spireton once served as the Order's headquarters, due to its proximity to the Archive. Its loss was an affront, and remains so. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spireton which can deliver our troops into the Archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge.
I have the thing. Good news. I'm in possession of a device that temporarily closes rifts.
Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan.
Maybe. So retake Spireton, infiltrate the Archive, and unlock the lift. Okay, got it. Anything else?
There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more.
Well, in exchange for my help, I want to use the Archive to analyze some rift data I have.
Until the Order has control over the Archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
I never would have foreseen this day would come. You are exceedingly unpredictable, Commander. In a good way. Mostly.
Yeah, that is something. Okay. Finally, it's done. We'll leave from here. Just fully. Although she wanted to visit. No, yeah, I'll need to visit her. Then I should, I guess, get to the planet. But that's a good progress. I guess we're quite close to the end. It's probably 1 or 2 streams more and we're done. Probably a couple. Because probably I'll need to prepare this next stream. Especially which one will be tomorrow, and I probably will be busy a bit, so will not have all the time. So probably 2, maximum 3 streams, and we're done. I mean, eventually the game actually opens much better than it was. But at the same time, it's still a very long one, and yeah. Also, sucks that I didn't play it exactly when it was released properly. But again, with so many releases, nobody cares about this game really. And I'm stuck with it. But surprisingly, it's actually not bad. Many things are done really good, but just some things spoils the fun sometimes. But in general, it's a decent RPG. Oh well, in any case, we'll continue tomorrow. Then should be Divinity, so thank you for watching, and see you next time.